I was wrong in doing what I did.
No, no! No! Are you listening?
Happy New Year's. I love you guys. I hope this helps. We're going to talk about Lorne, but first we're going to talk about something I think it's important, and I hope it really does help you. When you're younger and you have goals and you don't have any plans, you obviously put hurdles in front of you. When you're in your early 20s, they could be like parking blocks, right? You can step over them. You just need to do a little work. When you get in your 30s and you get married and you have other priorities, it becomes a chain link fence. You can try to climb over it, but there's a chance you could fall back. There's still a danger it could fail, but it looks doable. When you're Lorne and you wait till you're in your 50s, it's a giant wall. Now, Lorne's is actually the border wall, right? Huge. But it's a wall, and you're going to need help getting over that wall. By that point in your life, there aren't a lot of people that are going to stop what they're doing, come over to you, and help you over that wall. Once you've hit that point, you've got the lottery mentality. The only way I'm going to be successful now is if I hit the lottery. And I'm going to hit it. I just know it. It's right around the corner. If you're younger, you want to ask your friends, the people you surround yourself with, what their plans and what their goals are, and what their dreams are. If all they have are dreams, it's time to move on. If they have goals but no plans, it's time to move on. You want to move forward, and you can't move forward if you're surrounding yourself with people who want you to stay right where you're at because they don't want to move. You don't want to surround yourself with people, especially moms are the worst sometimes when they get in a rut, when they're going through a midlife crisis. Their children make them happy, and they should, rightfully so. You'll hear the mom say, "My purpose on this earth is to raise my children." That is the death nail in a relationship, and it's the death nail in their dreams. They've made their goal something they've done or they're supposed to be doing naturally. To be a mother, they've made that their plan and their goal and their dream. And that should never happen to somebody. It strips you of your identity. If you surround yourself with people who don't want to move forward, who have accepted their fate as this is all I'm ever going to be, they're going to be anchors for you. I don't mean abandon them, but limit your time around them. And I'm getting to a point about Lorne here. I hope you guys can see it coming. Lorne's New Year's resolutions would never go because New Year's resolutions do better when you have momentum behind it. So last July, you should have started whatever it is you're going to start. So when you get to New Year's Eve and you make that resolution, you're building on something that you've already worked on. Say your business is growing. You say, this is where I got here. Things are looking great. I hope to make my first $100,000 by June of next year. Whatever it is, you've got that momentum. You don't have that mental block of, I've got to start. All of a sudden, New Year's Eve, I've just made this commitment. I don't know how the fuck I'm going to get there. I have no idea who's going to help me. But this is what I'm going to do. If you're trying to quit smoking, which we know Lorne has been trying to quit since he was born, I'm pretty sure he popped out of his mama's anus with a cigarette in his mouth. He's been trying to quit, quote unquote, quit smoking, as he always says. I'm trying to quit. You don't understand how hard it is. Well, Lorne, nothing with you is ever hard. But if you're trying to quit smoking, here's what you do. I'm going to cut down this much by the end of January. And then by mid-February, I'm going to try to switch over to Nicorette or the tablets or whatever it is. You want to let whoever it is that's in your life know what you're doing. Because whether you know it or not, they're going to help you keep on track. They're going to keep you honest. They're going to ask you about it. And plus, it feels good when they're like, hey, how's you smoked? Are you still smoking? No, I haven't smoked since January the 31st or 30th or whatever date you set. It does make you feel good when other people ask. It's the same thing with losing weight. You like it when people are like, wow, you look great. Because I know I did. I hadn't seen somebody in 3 months. The next time they saw me, they were like, holy cow. I felt really good. I didn't realize how much weight I'd lost. I didn't know the shape I'd gotten in. But it made me feel really good. So you want to include other people that you care about, obviously. You don't want to just go up to some asshole at work who's going to tell you that you look fat even though you look normal. Thankfully, I've never had to deal with that because I don't share shit with anybody that I work with except work stuff. The last place you want support from is the internet, because you're not going to get it. It is a giant toxic stew. You know it is. Even on the TCAP boards and the Lorneography community, it just breeds contempt. Familiarity breeds contempt. We talked about that. People get too familiar, and you don't want that. And you don't want other people who you don't even know really, or you only know what they present to you, giving you advice on what you need to do. You have your plan. You need to stick to it. It's better for you if you only tell the people you care about. It's nice to tell other people that show interest initially because you feel good saying it. But it's only a surface level feeling. It's going to go away, but those people that care about you, that are in your life to help keep you honest, hey, those are the ones you want. But you also don't want to put it on them to keep you honest. Holy shit. There's nothing worse than being somebody's police. Whenever they say, oh, I'm going to go on a diet, make sure I only eat healthy food. Let me use a Lorneism. Are you fucking kidding me? I straight up think you hate me if you make me your police, because if you say make sure I don't eat any dumb shit and you go out and eat 12 cheeseburgers, you're going to be like, why'd you let me eat these? And I'm going to just hate myself forever. And I'm also going to hate you, so please don't do that. Man, I rarely make New Year's resolutions. And if I do, it's about bettering myself on things that I'm already doing. Because I like to think the things that I'm already doing are what I should improve on. Because those are the things that I've determined that matter to me, whether I knew it or not. Those are the things I've determined that matter to me. You figure out what you want and what you need. What you want to do is quit smoking. What you need to do is quit smoking. What if you're only told you need to quit smoking? You know you need to, but you really don't want to. But on New Year's Eve, right in front of your spouse or your partner or your friends, I'm going to quit smoking this year. Again, because that's what you were being told that you need to do. Never let anyone tell you what your New Year's resolution should be, or it's going to be an epic fucking fail. My language is terrible, I know, right now, but it's okay. Boom, kids are somewhere else. Time for me to use foul language. Again, if you surround yourself with people who aren't trying to reach their goals, if you make a New Year's resolution in a room full of people who are just saying shit because they want to say it, or they know that's what they need to do, but they don't really want to do it, you're never going to get there. You can't surround yourself with people who you can look at and go, well, they gave up. You may not even know it's affecting you, but it will. You're out on the freeway. Everyone else's car stalls, but yours is running fine, and you know your destination. These people that stalled, and I know I'm getting a little off topic here, they stalled, they're going to say, you know what, there's a hotel nearby. Oh, let's go to that hotel. Oh, I love this city. All right, let's stay here for a while. Meanwhile, you had a goal you were trying to meet. You had a place you were trying to go, a destination, and you needed to be there in a certain amount of time. But because everyone else around you needed your help, or they didn't know what to do, and now you got to take time out of what you're doing and telling them what to do and trying to help them achieve their goals, before you know it, you're going to be at their pace. I know that was a long-winded way to say that, but it's very important. When you make these resolutions, try to make it something you're already doing. And if it's something you don't want to do, make sure it's something you want to stop. Because if it's something you know you need to stop, you're not going to achieve that goal. I'm sorry. And that's just my advice on that. Now on to Lorne. Since I was born a rambling man. I used to think Lorne's mom was a princess. She was Cinderella. She was down on her knees, scrubbing the floor, cleaning up after Lorne and Roy and the rest of her kids. But then you find out that her other kids are successful, and you find out that Roy and Lorne are the pieces of shit. But I also believe that Mama Gwen, she's not exactly a saint, and that she's as much of a fuck up as they are. But she's gotten old enough now where all of that shit's behind her. By the time we met Lorne, I don't know how old Mama Gwen is right now, but by the time we met Lorne, Mama Gwen was to the fuck it stage. The I'm too old to give a shit what you think stage, I am where I'm going to be stage. I'm never going to be any more than I am right now. And when you see somebody that's in their spot where they look at home and they look comfortable, it's easy to think that they've got their shit together. It's just that they're used to where they're at. They're used to their situation and their surroundings. And that's not always a good thing. Lorne's New Year's resolution, the one that we all love, is I'm going to be better for you. For me. For us. The reverse Mr. Rogers, who's taking off his clothes instead of putting them on. Oh, God. Winnie's boyfriend/husband played Ramona calls, and they were some of the most infuriating ones, so I'm having a hard time not just cursing him out right now. He's always talking about changing, but the only time he talks about changing is when he absolutely has to. The moments in my life when I changed are when somebody in my life I respected and cared about a lot guided me in the right direction. I may have made a mistake. It could have been a big one. And instead of freaking out and screaming at me, they told me what I did wrong and pointed me in the right direction. And I was always successful after that. Always. Because they showed me what to do. They could show, if somebody shows you what to do, tells you how to be successful, you have a good shot at being successful if you work hard. I don't think Lorne was ever shown what successful looks like. I don't think anything in his house ever showed him success. His brothers and sisters, they may be successful. You never know. But Lorne is not going to care because he doesn't respect them. He said he used to look up to them. But I think they finally got tired of him. And that was part of the problem with, they abandoned me. They used me. Lorne, why do you think they would have abandoned you? I can think of a couple reasons. If you don't know what success looks like, then you're going to have a hard time achieving it. Imagine when nobody was successful at the very beginning of time. People didn't even know what they were trying to do or what was possible. We still don't know what's possible. But they had to figure out, oh, I think that was a win there. I think I gained something there. Okay, now I know that. Oh my God, I gained this. And slowly they started to figure out what success looked like. We know what it looks like now. And usually it has to do with money, but not all the time. I told you I competed at the highest level in martial arts. I won at the highest level because I had a multiple-time world champion teaching me, guiding me, imparting his wisdom. And his wife, multiple-time world champion. Same thing, guiding me, imparting their wisdom, but I had a willingness to learn. Lorne doesn't have a willingness to learn. I don't know if his father-in-law, Uncle Clay, whoever, I don't know if they tried to guide him. I mean, Roy was probably the one he listened to, engaged himself, because obviously, I mean, look at him. Come on, man. Do we really need to say anything? Lorne is all three characters in The Wizard of Oz rolled into one. He wants courage, a heart, and a brain. He'd get there, the wizard would be like, whoa, big man, slow your roll. I know what you want, but here's one thing you need. And instead of building on what he was given that he needed, he would try to do what he wanted. Now, normally that would be a good thing, but with Lorne, he's the reverse New Year's resolution. You could try to explain this to Lorne, but I don't think you could, because I believe he has the definition of want and the definition of need reversed. You could give him an example. Lorne, when we go out and buy things we want, it's a new video game, or a new TV, or a new stereo, or whatever, new speakers, whatever it is that you want, new purse. To Lorne, you'd say, that's the new TV I've always wanted, because I don't need an 85-inch or 86-inch TV. But I've always wanted one. To Lorne, though, he needs it. Because I've determined that 86-inch TV would look really good on my mantle. I need it there. When he bought Casey that ring, or when he said he did, or when he said he was going to, I think in his head he thought, I need to do that because that's what you're supposed to do. Not, I'm doing this because I want to do it. He did it because he felt he needed to do it. A lot of people like Lorne in debt, they have fantasies of becoming famous. They would rather focus on becoming whatever dream they have than taking care of their fiscal responsibilities. That's Lorne. I have $50,000 in debt. All I have to do is be a country music star and I can pay all that off. Do you see how insane? Do you see the hint? How insane that thinking is. I'm going to ignore all of the bad stuff going on because once I become a country music star, all of this is going to go away, which is why his life is a giant snowball. He keeps thinking something big is around the corner. He doesn't know what it is. He doesn't know how to get there because if you don't know what it is, you can't get there. And even if he knows what he wants, he doesn't know how to get there. So he doesn't have the mental capacity to make a New Year's resolution. It would never work for an idiot like him. His New Year's resolution should be to pay off his debt, but he won't because he's not seeing any instant rewards from it. The only thing in his head that's happening is he's losing spending money. Not that the debt is getting paid off slowly. It'll never get paid off. It'll go away when he dies. God forbid he ever have any kids. Somehow trips, falls into another woman, she's impregnated, and now he's got children. Thankfully, that'll never happen. But he'll never pay it off. And to him, there's no value in it because it's taking away from what he thinks he needs, which is that 46-inch TV, a ring for Casey, which he didn't really need to do, but he wanted to. And since what Lorne wants is what Lorne needs, that's why he did it. No New Year's resolution would ever be good for him because unless he's getting something from it, he's not going to do it. And quitting smoking, that's losing something in his head. I'm losing the ability to smoke. I'm taking that away. I'm losing the ability to drink. It took the law. It took the law to come in. Law dog. Law don't go around here. It took the law to come in and put the hammer down on him to get him to stop drinking, which I don't think he's done, by the way. He has no support system. The catfish women have told him repeatedly what he needs to do, but of course he's not going to do it. It's an inconvenience to him. He has no support system. Roy's got his own problems. His mom, she just wants to be done with him. His siblings, as he calls them, his brothers and sisters, we don't want to deal with Lorne. So there's only Lorne to keep Lorne in line and to keep Lorne on track. That is, oh my God, that is handing a drunken blind man the keys to a car and saying, stay within the lanes. He will say whatever it takes to appease somebody to get them to stop pressuring him to really change. Every year, his abuse victim of a girlfriend or wife would hear the same thing. This year, baby, I promise, I'm going to be better to you. I'm going to stop drinking. I'm going to stop smoking. How many times on those calls to the catfish women did we hear, I promise I won't lie to you again. I'll never drink again. I promise I'll never accuse you of cheating again. I'll never curse you out. We've heard it so much. And he fails every time because he doesn't want to do it. He needs to do it, but he doesn't want to do it. And what Lorne wants is what he needs in his head. So he'll never change. Never. Because no one can tell him anything. No one can push him in the right direction. He doesn't have those people that I had that pushed me to success. He doesn't have any of them. He never learned anything. He ignored every positive role model in his life, which is why he's at where he's at right now. If his New Year's resolution was, I'm never going to get on the internet, I'm never going to research myself, I'm never going to talk to anyone I don't know on the phone again, we know he would epic fail. The only New Year's resolution he could possibly do is, I'm going to use the bathroom when my body tells me I need to. And then, maybe then, he would be able to do it, unless he's lost control of his functions already because of all the alcohol and everything else in his life. But I hope you stick to your New Year's resolutions, and I hope what I said helped, because I do care about you guys. I love you. I will see you in the next one.
Hang on, I can't even catch my breath. Hang on.
Yes.